Welcome down the warp pipe. In case you're new, I'm Todd. And if not, great to see you again. The PlayStation State of Play that just happened yesterday has been a really interesting look into a bunch of third-party or what seemed mostly like indie titles. And there's 3 of them that I want to talk about that got me the most excited to try out once they're actually released. So before getting started here, I just want to make sure you know to leave comments down below letting me know what you were excited about from the PlayStation State of Play, because it's always fun to discuss that kind of stuff down there. These are in no particular order here, but first up we're going to have Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. The games from the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise never really interested me, not because of the setting or even the story of it. It's actually a pretty interesting premise for a game. But I always wanted to actually control the character throughout the entire night, rather than just looking at some monitors. It was kind of like a point-and-click game. Not really even the biggest fan of those, even when they're like awesome adventure titles like Full Throttle. But something like what's shown here could actually be a really fun time. Seems to lean a little heavy on stealth and fits the kind of survival horror, more on the survival portion I would say than horror necessarily, although those jump scares are definitely there. It seems like what I originally wanted out of a Five Nights at Freddy's game, so we'll see if it's any good. Hopefully it's a lot of fun and hopefully it gets decent review scores, but yeah, that's one I definitely want to check out if it actually ends up being as good as it looks. The second one here is going to be Star Ocean: The Divine Force. This one actually kind of caught me off guard, and as I was watching the video with my buddy Jace, we were actually talking about what it could be. Maybe it was a Xenogears game versus like the Xenoblade series, maybe something like that. But then Jace recalled that Trios was known for a specific series, and we looked it up, and yeah, it was Star Ocean, which he's played a few of. I've actually never played a Star Ocean game before. I really wanted to back in the day, but didn't own a PlayStation until much later in the series, and actually close to the PS2's launch. But the Star Ocean series was always something I kind of wanted to check out when I was younger, didn't care about it as I got a little bit older, and now actually looks like it'd be perfectly up my alley, considering I've started to get back into playing some JRPGs. We'll wait for reviews and see what it's like, but I'm actually super excited about that one. And it kind of caught me off guard. I'm glad it has an artistic look to it and isn't just photorealistic, but it has a different look than something like Tales of Arise, which that's another one I'm hoping to actually pick up sometime soon, once it maybe drops a little bit in price or I find some free time. And last but not least, we have Little Devil Inside. This one is actually a really kind of weird looking game and gave me kind of a old school Final Fantasy meets kind of like a Legend of Zelda in terms of gameplay and having an overworld and having little sections you can play through. It actually looks really fun from a gameplay perspective, but completely different than what I was expecting previously based on the first release trailer. So now I really have no idea what to expect from this game, just that I really want to play it, and I mean, I hope it turns out as good as it looks like it's turning out, because it seems a lot meatier than I was originally thinking, but also looks like it might have a really interesting and well-designed kind of story and narrative arc to it, on top of what looks like just some fun, if not a little wonky, action to the gameplay. Make sure to hammer the like button to let both me and YouTube know if you like this one. There's a recommended video on the left here and a playlist for all the shorts that I upload on the right. And I'll catch you next time down the warp pipe.